Hi everyone. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. I want to thank Mike and Linda and Priya for these beautiful flowers behind me. It's beginning to look like a florist in here, but thank you for that. And it's so nice to have these flowers to share with all of you. I have a lot to go over with you today, but first I want to show you a really neat video. The goal of Parkinson Voice Project is to help you and everyone with Parkinson's around the world regain and retain your speech and your swallowing. Now, what do we mean by this? Did you know that once somebody enters our program, they stay in it for life? I have a video to show you of someone who has been in our program for almost 16 years. You're going to see him in 2007 when I first met him. At that time, Speak Out did not exist. It was just the loud therapy. So you're going to see him before speech treatment. You're going to see him after he finished the loud therapy that you've probably heard about. And then you're going to see him 7 years later. This is after Speak Out was developed and he went through the Speak Out program and had been participating in the groups and singing and all of that. And then you're going to see him 15 and a half years after we met him, still working on Speak Out. Watch this video.
I've noticed that I slow way down. My voice has gotten much quieter. I have noticed that I speak louder. I don't choke eating a hamburger. I believe my pace is a little bit better.
Social activity with these folks that are all in the same boat, that's important. All of the information that we as different Parkinson's patients have had different experiences, that's important.
For years and years and years, I got up every morning, spent an amount of time. I understand it's only supposed to be half an hour, but I was an overachiever at the time, so it was more like 40 minutes. And I have preached to people a long time, you need to do this.
Isn't that wonderful? And that's what it means to regain and retain your speech and your swallowing. And George today is still enjoying those hamburgers, and he says he knows that he hasn't practiced enough if he starts to have trouble eating, chewing, and swallowing his favorite hamburger. But what a big difference. Did you notice the difference with the loud therapy, the LSVT? He was definitely louder in that second video, but by using intent and using Speak Out, his voice is much more expressive and articulate. The rate was better, and so that's what I want for all of you. Today's session, the topic is graduation. Everybody say graduation with intent. Ready? Graduation. Say it again by yourself with more intent. Will any of you be going to graduations this May? That's the topic. Let's take a sip of water. We're going to start our vocal workout. I want George to inspire all of you that you can regain and retain your speech and your swallowing. The first Speak Out exercise is the may, me, my, mo, moo. It's very important that you lift your voice and speak out. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Project your voice forward. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Every sound up and forward. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Did you noticed that I had to take a breath in there. That's okay. Don't think about the breath. That is old speech therapy. Just project your voice forward. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Up and over. One more time. May, me, my, mo, moo. Very good. Go ahead and take a sip of water. Today at 10:30, right after this session, is our monthly Learn About Parkinson's webinar. Have you registered yet? Attending this webinar is a critical part of Parkinson Voice Project's Speak Out Therapy program. If you have not attended it yet, you need to. I encourage your family, your spouse, your children, your nieces, your nephews to attend, as well as your close friends. You will feel better after you attend the webinar. It is so important. In fact, it's so important that we have all of our patients at Parkinson Voice Project attend the webinar at least once a year. It's that important. So Lena will post the link. The link is also on the homepage of our website, but it will begin after this session at 10:30. Speak out exercise number 2 are ahs. Deliberately open your mouth and project that ah forward. Here we go. Ah. Keep it strong and steady. Let's do it again. Ah. Good. Don't let it trail off. Let's do it again. We're holding it for about 10 seconds. No need to hold it longer than that. Some other programs tell you to hold it out as long as you can. We don't need to do that. 10 seconds is long enough. Ready? Let's do a short one. No, excuse me. Let's get some water, everybody, with intent. Pick up that cup with intent. Swallow with intent. The third speak out exercise, the glides. This exercise, if you made me pick the one exercise that was the most important, I think I would have to pick the glide. The glide, you are stretching the vocal folds in different ways, making them more flexible. The vocal folds sit on top of your airway whenever you eat or drink, or your saliva tries to go down the wrong way. What do you start doing? You start coughing. So the vocal folds have to be able to close all the way and then kick whatever's trying to go down the wrong way out. So this is very important. Project a steady ah forward and glide up. Here we go. Ah. Ah. Good job. Let's do it again. We're being confident. We cannot be shy when we do the glides. Let's do another one. Speak out. Ah. off. Don't close your mouth at the end as you're going down in pitch. Don't drop your head or close your mouth. Stay confident. Let's do it again. One more. Use a lot of intent. We're almost done with these. Ready? Go ahead and take a sip of water. We must be deliberate. We must be purposeful as we do these exercises. This is how you make the improvement that George talked about. We're going to move on to the counting. This is very important. This exercise re-coordinates the breathing pattern. And you saw how great George sounded in the third video. It was really good. His voice was very colorful. The rate was good. The articulation was good. Every speak out exercise works, well, they all work on the same things, but some are more focused on different things. This one is about re-coordinating the breathing pattern. Let's go ahead with intent. Connect the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Speak out. 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's do it backwards now. Connect the numbers as best you can. Ready? 16, 15, 14, 13. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. We're working hard. Go ahead and let's count down. Ready? With intent. 1, 5, 9, 13. 2, 6, 10, 14. Exaggerate. Come on. 3, 7, 11, 15. 4, 8, 12, 16. Take a sip of water, and I hope all of you are coming to the webinar today. It's not too late to register. It is a Zoom webinar, and it'll be at 10:30 after this session. All right, I'm going to pull up the reading material now. If you're new to these sessions, when I look to my side, I have two screens in front of me. So that's why I have to turn to the side. All right, our topic is graduations. Anybody have any children or grandchildren graduating this month? The reading exercise builds strength and endurance. Let's speak out while we read. I had to say that with intent. While we read these sentences, stretch out the highlighted words, which forces us to use more intent. Here we go. May is graduation season. Again, May is graduation season. Lots of effort when you read. Ready? There are high school and college graduations. Again, There are high school and college graduations. Project your voice forward. Ready? Graduation invitations will arrive in the mail. Again. Graduation invitations will arrive in the mail. Have you already received some? Next. Some schools have kindergarten graduations. Are you stretching out? Graduations. Let's do it again. Graduations. Again. Graduations. Every syllable with intent when you're talking to other people. Next. There will be graduation parties to attend. Again. There will be graduation parties to attend. Every word with intent. Ready? Don't forget graduation cards and gifts. Again. Don't forget graduation cards and gifts. Let's all take a sip of water with intent. I want you to name at least 3 items. You can name more. Use your best voice. Speak out. Items associated with graduation ceremonies. Go ahead. Name some items. Let's read these with intent. Cap, gowns, tassels, stoles, diplomas, speeches, pomp and circumstance. What about items needed for a graduation party? Let's say this is a college graduation party. What would you have at the party? Let me ask you, answer with intent. What would be a difference between a high school graduation party and a college graduation party? What might you have at the college party that you wouldn't have at the high school graduation party? Maybe margaritas, right? All right, let's go ahead and do Dr. Boone's words. Each word twice. Gu la gun ga ga. Gu la gun ga ga. Every syllable with intent. Next one. Ku ka man gu ka. Ku ka man gu ka. Ready? Gangla. Gangla. Speak out in the last one. Kukla. Kukla. Take a sip of water. We're going to do our bonus reading. There's the bell. And then I'm going to show you a video afterwards at the end of this session. Have y'all seen Admiral McRaven? Oh, now I'm saying his name wrong. His commencement speech in 2014 at the University of Texas at Austin. There's a wonderful speech about making your bed, and I think it applies to all of us, and also your fight against Parkinson's. I want to show you this video. So we will do our bonus reading, okay, and then I will show the video. Let's read this one first, okay? This is different. Ready? Read it with intent. Purpose is an essential element of you. It is the reason you are on the planet at this particular time in history. Your very existence is wrapped up in the things you are here to fulfill. Whatever you choose for a career path, remember The struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose. Go ahead and read. Start with whatever you choose. Ready? Whatever you choose for a career path, remember the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose. You can download today's reading material and practice, just like George has been doing for the past almost 16 years. Right now I'm going to show you this video. I think it's really good. Admiral McRaven's. It's part of his commencement speech. You will be inspired. Think about it when he mentions the sharks in the water. You can think of Parkinson's and how you're going to hit it on the nose and never give up. I will not come on after the video. We're going to end with this video. It's about 6 minutes long. And then I will see all of you at the webinar. Lena will post the link to the webinar. You can also find it on the home page of our website. But enjoy this video. I hope it inspires you. Here we go.
If you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task, and another, and another. And by the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right. And if by chance you have a miserable day, you will come home to a bed that is made, that you made. And a made bed gives you encouragement that tomorrow will be better. To pass SEAL training, there are a series of long swims that must be completed. One is the night swim. Before the swim, the instructors joyfully brief the students on all the species of sharks that inhabit the waters off San Clemente. They assure you, however, that no student has ever been eaten by a shark, at least not that they can remember. But you are also taught that if a shark begins to circle your position, stand your ground. Do not swim away. Do not act afraid. And if the shark, hungry for a midnight snack, darts towards you, then summons up all your strength and punch him in the snout, and he will turn and swim away. There are a lot of sharks in the world. If you hope to complete the swim, you will have to deal with them. So if you want to change the world, don't back down from the sharks. Over a few weeks of difficult training, my SEAL class, which started with 150 men, was down to just 42. There were now 6 boat crews of 7 men each. I was in the boat with the tall guys, but the best boat crew we had was made up of the little guys, the Munchkin crew, we called them. No one was over 5'5". The Munchkin boat crew had 1 American Indian, 1 African American, 1 Polish American, 1 Greek American, 1 Italian American, and 2 tough kids from the Midwest. They out-paddled, outran, and outswam all the other boat crews. The big men in the other boat crews would always make good-natured fun of the tiny little flippers the Munchkins put on their tiny little feet prior to every swim. But somehow these little guys from every corner of the nation and the world always had the last laugh, swimming faster than everyone and reaching the shore long before the rest of us. SEAL training was a great equalizer. Nothing mattered but your will to succeed, not your color, not your ethnic background, not your education, not your social status. If you want to change the world, measure a person by the size of their heart, not by the size of their flippers. The 9th week of training is referred to as Hell Week. It is 6 days of no sleep, constant physical and mental harassment, and 1 special day at the Mud Flats. The Mud Flats are an area between San Diego and Tijuana where the water runs off and creates the Tijuana Sloughs, a swampy patch of terrain where the mud will engulf you. It is on Wednesday of Hell Week that you paddle down to the Mud Flats and spend the next 15 hours trying to survive the freezing cold, the howling wind, and the incessant pressure to quit from the instructors. As the sun began to set that Wednesday evening, my training class, having committed some egregious infraction of the rules, was ordered into the mud. The mud consumed each man till there was nothing visible but our heads. The instructors told us we could leave the mud if only 5 men would quit. Only 5 men, just 5 men, and we could get out of the oppressive cold. Looking around the mud flat, it was apparent that some students were about to give up. It was still over 8 hours till the sun came up. 8 more hours of bone-chilling cold. The chattering teeth and the shivering moans of the trainees were so loud, it was hard to hear anything. And then one voice began to echo through the night. One voice raised in song. The song was terribly out of tune, but sung with great enthusiasm. One voice became 2, and 2 became 3, and before long, everyone in the class was singing. The instructors threatened us with more time in the mud if we kept up the singing, but the singing persisted, and somehow the mud seemed a little warmer, and the wind a little tamer, and the dawn not so far away. If I have learned anything in my time traveling the world, it is the power of hope. The power of one person, a Washington, a Lincoln, King, Mandela, and even a young girl from Pakistan, Malala. One person can change the world by giving people hope. So if you want to change the world, start each day with a task completed. Find someone to help you through life. Respect everyone. Know that life is not fair and that you will fail often. But if you take some risks, step up when the times are the toughest, face down the bullies, lift up the downtrodden, and never ever give up. If you do these things, the next generation and the generations that follow will live in a world far better than the one we have today. And what started here will indeed have changed the world for the better.